Good morning, queen. I hope the sun nicely precedes ya. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the Kickback gang. I hope you guys are doing good. And I'm about to ask how your back feeling. Okay. Did you drink some water today? All right. Okay. Just making sure. Okay. So I'm making this video for you all because I wanted to discuss a YouTube video or a TikTok that I seen on my feed a couple days ago that I thought would be a good conversation to talk about with you all. So it's coming from a TikTok page called Tonight's Conversation. And it seems like they are very prominent on posting a lot of different videos on dating advice, marriage advice, and it seems like you have a panel of young men and women who are on the stage and they answer questions from people at the crowd. And this particular video went viral. So let me go ahead and pull it up for you guys and let's watch it together. And then I'm going to give you some of my commentary on the video.
I'm a mom of 7 and I'm 33.
Okay.
With being a mom of 7, do you think that a woman of multiple children is still capable of finding someone?
First, let me ask you before I make the statement. Do the kids have the same father?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, so this is hold on. We're talking about 7 children, okay? This is no offense to you because it's absolutely possible for you to find a quality man. What makes it a tad bit difficult is that you have to find a man who has the financial footing to take care of you and 7 children. And then you also have to be able to find a man who is going to be willing to come in and create structure in that household. 7 children on one person is a lot to create structure in. So there's a lot that this man is going to have to come in and do. On top of that, creating a secure space for you when you have to be a mother and you have to take care of the majority of the things that happen in a house. Are you going to have the ability to be able to love this man in a way that he needs to be loved, in a way that registers as love to him when you have to love 7 other individuals? You're going to need a man who can love those children as his own.
Yep.
That is a huge responsibility to put on a person who does not have those children. Those are not his kids.
Right.
But if I were you, no disrespect, I'll try to work it out with the father.
Oh,
No, hear me out. Hold on.
So y'all seen that video, y'all. We see it together. Okay, so this woman, she is 33 years old and she has 7 kids. Now, I will say this. She has all these kids by the same father, which, like this young woman said, is a good thing. That is a great thing to have all of your children with one man. And I'm glad that that woman did her due diligence by asking that instead of assuming, because there is always this assumption with Black women that we have multiple baby daddies, or if we have multiple kids, then we must have multiple baby daddies. So I'm glad that she nipped that in the bud by asking her respectfully and let her know, okay, cool. Well, that is a starting ground. So here is my thoughts on this. You guys may have seen this video and seen different comments on this, but this is my thoughts. This woman was very correct on giving her that advice. And when she said you have to find a man who you can love alongside with your kids and who registers that love as love for you and who can also love those kids, was spot on. Nowadays, a lot of women will have multiple kids or 1 child or 2, and they will expect, okay, this man loves me, he's going to love my kids. He has to accept my kids, as if those things have to go hand in hand, which they do. But most women will assume, or they will probably get their feelings hurt if they find out that the man loves you. Like he'll love you to death, but the fact that you have kids is usually a no-go for some men. And some women will be discouraged to go into the dating life because there are men out there who will not date a woman with multiple kids. I'll say this, we're not going to fault those men for not wanting to date a woman with kids. Now, what this woman said is you're going to have to find a man who will love those kids and love you in the same breath. And that's 7 kids, y'all. I'm going to be honest with y'all, having 7 kids by 33 to me is just, wow, that is a party. That's a party. And you have to find a man who wants to attend that party and who wants to allow structure and to put structure into that household. I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to be very hard to find a man who's going to want to put structure into your household while loving up on you, while also having the financial footing, y'all. Like, we cannot have no broke men taking care of 7 kids. So she also has to find a man who is financially able. So now when you put all of those different criteria together, it kind of takes away, but not takes away, but it kind of adds more pressure, and it kind of filters out a lot of different men in this modern day who would be a potential partner for her. So going into that, there are lots of women in the United States who have this same sentiment, who are just like her in her story who may find it difficult to find a man or date a man after she's had multiple children. The good thing with her is I'm pretty sure men are going to ask her this too, but do those kids all have the same baby daddies? And that's a yes. It helps there. It kind of takes away the chaos of it all when a man is thinking about it like, okay, she got multiple baby daddies. These are multiple men I got to associate myself with or deal with in a certain way or help co-parent with. No, it's just one. So I think that alleviates the pain for the men as far as, okay, how am I about to go about this? But all in all, my overall advice is she should try to work it out with her baby father. But I'm gonna be honest with you, the way that her face looked at the end of this clip was like, girl, that'll be the last thing I do. Her face said a lot to me when I saw it at the end, which made me kind of defer from that solution or advice, because you don't know what's going on in her household. You don't know if she was getting beat on. You don't know if she was getting cheated on constantly. You don't know who this man was. She actually did her due diligence by not speaking on why they broke up, because I think that would have been the next question. Like, why did you guys break up? Y'all got 7 kids. You know, maybe it's an on and off thing. No, I could tell by her face that that's something that she had to cut off. You can tell that it probably really drained her and she's over it. Every woman has their limits. And I feel like she is a woman who reached her limit with that previous man, and she's willing and ready and open to moving on to the next man. Kudos to her for doing that. Like I said, it's hard to kind of give her this advice. She will have to date on a touch and go basis, and she has to be open, honest, and transparent with the men that she is seeking out or dating in order to vet a man properly. In my video, Vetting 101, we talk about what questions you need to ask a man to understand what his mindset is and if he is ready for a relationship and what his shortcomings may be and if you are willing to deal with those shortcomings as a woman. So her vetting process is a little bit more lengthy, but I will say it's not impossible for her to find a right man that will take care of her and her kids and be there for her and love her and her kids. Like I said, 7 sounds like a lot, y'all, but I feel like God could do it. He could do it. She has to be very careful with letting different types of men or allowing these men to be in her household. I will say this, before your kids meet that man, you need to know an extensive amount of information about that man before he's around those kids. You know, because there's so many women who bring strangers damn near around their kids and expect them to play house with them, but then they're just like astonished or hurt or disgusted when they find out that these men are touching their kids, hitting on their kids, or their kids don't feel comfortable around them for whatever reason. So I would just tell this young woman, make sure that you're vetting these men appropriately and very, very thoroughly when it comes to meeting a new man who is going to love you and your kids. And also the other advice I would say is, don't get discouraged if you tell a man, hey, I have 7 kids, and they respectfully, gracefully bow out in that moment. Meaning they'll let you know immediately after you telling them that that's not for them. And they hope that you find somebody that is willing to take care or be there for you and your kids, but it's not them. Don't be discouraged when you hear those words, because those men have a right to choose as well. And you're giving them that informed decision to decide if they want to be there for a woman and 7 kids. And, you know, come as your best. Make sure your hair's done. Make sure your lashes is done. Make sure that your outfit is looking right. When you're coming to date, you want to come at your best and you don't want to send the wrong message. So making sure that you're kept, that you're looking good, regardless of 7, 8, 9, 10 kids, make sure you're looking good. And if that man sees something in you that he really wants to hone in on, and he's seeing things that you can bring to the table, and you're providing that for him, like, this is what I bring to the table, this is how much money I make, you know, blah, 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 besides the kids, I think that it'll be easier for him and he'll be able to understand you more and your dynamic and your lifestyle and see if it's a good fit for him. So that's all I had to say, y'all. What are y'all thoughts on this young woman who has 7 kids at 33, who is trying to get into the dating pool? What would your advice be to this young woman? And would you want to have 7 kids? So, and how many kids do you guys have? I'm very curious to know you guys' opinions and thoughts on this situation. So don't forget to leave a comment down below and we will discuss it then and there. So, yep, that's it, y'all. Make sure you guys have a great and blessed day. And I hope you guys like, subscribe, and comment if you like this content. And stay tuned for the next video. All right, y'all. Peace. Good morning, Queen. I hope the sun nicely precedes ya.